Everyone, you're watching CGTN Live. My name is Lynn and I'm reporting from the 4th China-Africa Media Cooperation Forum right here in Beijing, where more than 400 representatives of the Chinese and African government departments, as well as media organizations from 45 countries are expected to attend. Now, this Media Cooperation Forum comes ahead of the 2018 Sino-African Cooperation Forum, which will also be held in Beijing this September. And that's to further move forward from what has been achieved at the China-Africa Cooperation Forum 2015. Now, the purpose of this forum, of course, is to expand exchanges and cooperation in the areas of media between China and Africa. I think we are seeing quite a lot of VIP guests coming through, so let's make some way for them. Okay, now this Media Cooperation Forum, why is it important? Firstly, it's because if you look at relations between China and Africa, firstly in terms of trade, China is Africa's largest trading partner. Now secondly, in terms of investments, China has been investing heavily in Africa in the areas of infrastructure, in terms of railways, roads, ports, also in terms of agriculture, healthcare and human resources. Now reports state that almost half of China's total foreign aid goes to African nations. Now we're seeing all the VIP guests as well as delegations from the African nations coming through. The opening ceremony of the forum is due to start at 9 a.m. very soon. Alright, I think the opening ceremony is due to start very soon. But we're very pleased to have a guest with us. Sorry, I'm going to just quickly run through here. Alright, so we have our guest here today with us. Thank you for speaking with us. This is Dennis from Ghana News Agency. Maybe you could briefly introduce yourself.
My name is Dennis. I write for Ghana News Agency as a chief reporter.
And I understand that you've been a chief reporter in Ghana for about 15 years now, but this is your first time in China. So what's your first impression of China, I mean, after reporting for so many years back home?
Thank you very much. First of all, the recognition the Chinese government has given to Africa is unprecedented, and we are very happy about that. You know, some of us are in Africa, and we are also doing our best. But we got to get the opportunity to expose ourselves to the international community, get modern ways of news gathering. That will help us a lot. So when I had the opportunity to come to China, I was very happy.
So based on what you've been reporting about China and what you've been observing here right now, are there any main differences that you see from what you read, what you write, and what you see right here?
Thank you very much. I know and I believe the Chinese government, or China as a people, the Chinese people are doing well. Development is fast going. You are doing well, marvelously. When I get to China, I was very happy. Look at the infrastructure, look at your rail networks, look at your road. Everything is very, very wonderful in China.
How does the people and the media in your home country in Ghana view China? What's the perception like?
Thank you very much. It's a nice question. You know, we believe, some of us whom we know China is well advanced. We know the Chinese people, they like people. Chinese people are not racist. So we believe in China, and we think that when we follow China, Africa will go a long way.
So China is welcome in Ghana in terms of the perception. It's positive.
Absolutely positive. China is welcome in Ghana. Yes, the collaboration between Ghana and China is very, very. We have to deepen it and we have to strengthen it for mutual benefits.
How can we further deepen or strengthen cooperation between China and African media?
I believe the media networks in China and Ghana, I believe, have to come together. We do exchange programs. Personnel from Ghana have to get the opportunity to come to China as and when necessary, so that we can learn more, especially in the areas of technical advancement, where China is going marvelously.
Very quickly as well, as a chief reporter back in Ghana, what are the main, perhaps maybe challenges, you know, or in terms when you report about Chinese-related news? Are there any challenges?
Not really. As I said earlier, the most important, the major challenge concerning China in Ghana is Chinese people involving in illegal activities, mining. That is our major concern.
Are they still ongoing very much?
Yeah, very good. Well, about 3 days ago, I read on our website that even a Chinese has been arrested in connection with illegal mining. So it's very, very sad, and I believe the Chinese government have to work to help control the situation.
Now, against all this as a backdrop, how important do you think the role of media is today more than ever compared to last time?
I believe the role of media is very important, because without the media, our cultural heritages will still be in the dark. The media have to highlight the developmental needs of its people. The media have to serve as a voice for the voiceless. The media has a major role to play in accelerating national development.
And just to wrap up very quickly as well, what are your expectations from this Media Cooperation Forum, as well as I understand that you're here for a business seminar. So what are your expectations?
Thank you very much. The conference, as I said earlier, is very important, and I'm very optimistic. I'm very hopeful that with this conference, I'll get new ways of, we tap into new ways of development where we have not been able to reach. It will create an opportunity for us to broaden our horizon in terms of media landscape. We have the opportunity to interact, network, so that both countries can benefit massively from the media.
Thank you very much, Dennis. Thank you. And hope you enjoy the forum. All right, so I think more and more guests are coming through to the forum. I think the opening ceremony is due to start soon. All right, so thank you. CGTN Live will now take you to where the forum is happening. Thank you.
我去年我去了，我今天去了，那大风车那好些那个小孩就跟着那个啊，当年那个。你们切到现场了吗？我得换一档，等会儿那个切。Lynn 这边结束了。Lynn 这边结束了。
尊敬的各位来宾、女士们、先生们，第4届中非媒体合作论坛开幕式马上开始，请大家尽快入座。Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, the opening ceremony of the 4th Forum on China-Africa Media Cooperation is about to begin. Please be seated.我这边停不停啊？
就在门口那边可以拍，就是进来的人啊或什么的。然后你在这边拍一下。或者
我他妈也听不见，我真。
Pô, filho, não vai mais nada, rapaz.
来，回来。因为我这边结束了嘛，我接着放假了，给人会场。
我们vai fazer outras coisas. Agora não é
拍一下这个现场的实在先拍一下，把他那边刚才掉线了，他重启。
我的意思是，我把架子往这一支，给大姐多好啊！
不是，但你这边还没，他们那边没法切到那边去，这边还有。
我现在还切着呢，我这儿。
还是你这儿？
我现在我还9点啊。我的意思是，你把这个架子给我放，我直接把放到架子上，不是都有吗？
这忙大半夜。
过去。没事，一会儿放这儿就放这儿。我把
Feel free.
慢点，刚。
尊敬的各位来宾、女士们、先生们，第4届中非媒体合作论坛开幕式马上开始，请大家入座。Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, the opening ceremony of the 4th Forum on China-Africa Media Cooperation is about to begin. Please be seated.
Bonjour mesdames et messieurs, nous allons commencer très bien le programme. Asseyez-vous s'il vous plaît. Asseyez-vous s'il vous plaît.
尊敬的各位来宾，第4届中非媒体合作论坛开幕式马上开始，请大家入座。Distinguished guests, the opening ceremony of the 4th Forum on China-Africa Media Cooperation is about to begin. Please be seated.
Bonjour mesdames et messieurs, nous allons commencer très bien le programme. Asseyez-vous s'il vous plaît. Asseyez-vous s'il vous plaît.
下面请欣赏非洲传统舞蹈《舞动风情》。
哎呀！Yes, yes, 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 yes. 大家朋友们，上午好吗 ？Ladies and gentlemen, it's a beautiful morning. We really appreciate. We're very happy to see a lot of people here. This is Gaya Culture Truth. Saúde, baba. Allez, là, du coup. Thank you so much.
感谢非洲朋友带来热情奔放的表演，下面请欣赏中华国粹川剧变脸。
Come
来宾，上午好，欢迎来到第4届中非媒体合作论坛。我是来自北京电视台的主持人朱一静。首先，我要向各位介绍参加论坛的主要嘉宾，他们是中宣部副部长、国家广播电视总局局长聂晨曦，国家广播电视总局副局长范卫平，中共北京市委常委、宣传部部长杜飞静。 布基纳法索新闻与议会关系部部长、政府发言人雷米菲尔让斯当吉努，布隆尼新闻和媒体部部长塞尔热斯恩达伊拉吉热，佛得角文化与创意产业部部长阿布拉昂文森特，中非共和国新闻和媒体部部长安热马克西姆卡扎吉，刚果部领土整治装备与大型工程部部长让雅各布。 刚果金新闻和媒体部部长朗贝尔门德奥马兰加，几内亚信息和新闻部长阿马拉松帕雷，几内亚高等通信委员会主席马尔蒂娜孔代，几内亚比绍新闻部部长维克多葛梅斯佩雷拉，莱索托通讯及科技大臣泰塞莱马塞里巴内，尼日尔新闻部部长哈比穆罕默杜萨利苏。 赞比亚信息与广播部部长多拉西利亚，赞比亚总统新闻与公共关系特别助理阿莫斯昌达，贝宁数字经济与通讯部秘书长塞诺塞日艾德加德库德约，贝宁地面数字电视整转委员会副主席卡特里夏科德贾，贝宁高等视听通讯委员会秘书长塞杜马马阿格。 科摩罗内政部秘书长阿卜杜萨义德，赤道几内亚电信部国务秘书恩多恩贡加鲁菲诺恩沃诺，赤道几内亚总统府总统顾问本哈密奥巴马西马恩扬，莱索托通讯及科技部常秘马伯特莱达马内，莫桑比克国家新闻办公室主任茹比莱乌莫亚内，尼日尔新闻部秘书长阿卜杜拉耶库里巴里。 塞拉利昂信息与通讯部副部长所罗门加米鲁，坦桑尼亚信息文化艺术与体育部常秘苏珊鲍尔姆拉维，非广联首席执行官格雷巴尔贾卡。出席今天大会的还有来自中华人民共和国外交部、商务部的代表，以及来自国内外媒体机构的各位嘉宾，共计460人。在这里，让我们用热烈的掌声对各位的到来一并表示欢迎。
Let's give you
中非
all
媒
a
体合
big
作
round
论
of
坛是
applause.
中非合作论坛框架下中非媒体机构之间开展务实合作的重要机制。自
China-Africa
2012
Media
年首次
Cooperation
论坛以来，
Forum is
中非
one
双方在中非媒体合作
important
论坛北
mechanism
京宣言
under
的指引
the
下，开
framework
展合
of
作，取得了
China-Africa
丰硕的成果。
Cooperation
接下来我
since
们一起欣
initiated
赏
in
一部短片，
2012.
请看大屏幕。
Media cooperation, media organizations between China and Africa have been engaged in very in-depth cooperation. Now let's enjoy a short video
中国
clip.
与非洲虽然远隔千山万水，但友好交往源远流长。多年来，中非双方坚持政治上平等互信，经济上合作共赢，文化上交流互鉴，各领域交流合作成效显著。
任凭国际格局调整演变，中非平等互信、相互支持的兄弟情谊不会改变。中国将始终同非洲国家心连心、共命运，永远做非洲的好朋友、好伙伴、好兄弟。
在中非合作论坛的指引下，媒体交流合作不断深入，为中非全面战略伙伴关系发展注入强大动力。2012年，首届中非媒体合作论坛在北京举行，通过了《中非媒体合作北京宣言》，一致同意在政策沟通、话语权建设、产业发展、人才培养、国际多边活动等方面加强交流合作，翻开了中非媒体合作新的篇章。第二届中非媒体合作论坛期间，双方签署了涉及新闻交换、节目制作、译制播出、产业发展的19项合作协议，并得到全面落实，合作水平进一步提高。 第3届中非媒体合作论坛发表第3届中非媒体合作论坛共同声明，强调双方媒体更好地服务于中非全面战略合作伙伴关系发展，服务国家发展和社会进步，为推动共建“一带一路”贡献力量。在双方的共同努力下，媒体领域交流合作扎实推进，取得丰硕成果。2012年 ，CGTN Africa 在肯尼亚设立，非洲直播室、非洲人物等本土化节目正成为向世界报道非洲的品牌栏目。中非影视合作工程将一批优秀的中国影视剧以当地语言在非洲40多个国家播出。来自非洲的电视摄制组来华采访已成为常态。中非合拍纪录片《我从非洲来》讲述普通人追求梦想的故事。中非共同合作拍摄电影、电视剧、纪录片也已迈开步伐。2012年，上海电影节举办非洲电影周，南非动画电影《斑马总动员》在中国电影院线上映。毛里塔尼亚电影《廷巴克图》登陆第39届香港国际电影节，并在北京、上海展映。尼日利亚演员郝蒂、加蓬演员本扎等非洲演艺界人士成为中国影视节目的参演者。4达时代公司在20多个国家开展广播电视数字化业务。华夏电影发行公司与南非 SK 院线建立了合作关系，中非影视产业合作更加密切。媒体业的发展与高素质人才密切相关。6年来，2000余名非洲政府官员和专业技术人员来华研修。外交部中非交流中心、中国传媒大学等机构还为非洲国家媒体提供长期培训。2016年，中国影视剧斯瓦希里语配音大赛、豪萨语配音大赛吸引众多优秀的非洲演员投身于影视剧的译制配音事业。中国广播电视机构与非洲国家联盟、非洲广播联盟等国际组织保持密切沟通，增进了解，凝聚共识，不断提高国际话语权。中央广播电视总台已申请加入非广联、阿广联成员。2015年，中非合作论坛约翰内斯堡峰会上，中国国家主席习近平提出，为非洲1万个村落实施收看卫星电视项目，受到多国的欢迎，项目正在陆续得到落实。
任凭时代社会发展变迁，中非相互理解、共同进步的协作精神不会改变。我们要加强文明对话、理念交流、文化互动，促进各界友好交往，确保中非世代友好。
同舟共济扬帆起，乘风破浪万里行。第4届中非媒体合作论坛隆重开幕，与会嘉宾汇聚一堂，再次点亮梦想的灯塔，为新时期中非媒体合作照亮新的航程。
掌声有请中国国家广播电视总局副局长范卫平主持论坛开幕式。
Now let's give the floor to Mr. Fan Wei, Vice President of China Media Group. Mr. Fan will be moderating today's forum.
各位来宾、女士们、先生们、朋友们，大家上午好。
Ladies and gentlemen, dear
在
friends,
中非双
good
方媒
morning.
体人的共同期待中，第4届中非媒体合作论坛今天在北京隆
At
重
the
开幕。
expectation of all the
中非媒
media
体合作论
practitioners
坛
of China
是
and
中非论
Africa,
坛
the
框
4th
架下的
China
重要
Africa
机制
Media Cooperation Forum
自
is
开
now
启以来，已
opening
经走
in
过了6个
Beijing.
年头。
China-Africa Media Cooperation Forum is a major mechanism under the framework of China-Africa Cooperation, which has now traveled a journey of 4 years. As a most important platform for China-Africa cooperation, this mechanism has played a significant role in enhancing our cooperation in news exchanges and joint news publications and productions. Today, we have more than 400 friends from the media. We have journalists as well as photographers and reporters, and we are here to jointly discuss policy exchanges, how to enhance our joint say in the international stage, and how to promote shared growth in the future. In this morning's opening ceremony, we have 4 small agendas. First, let's give the floor to Vice Minister of Publicity Department of Communist Party of China and Minister of State Administration of Radio and Television, Mr. Nie Chenxi.
尊敬的各位部长阁下，非光联首席执行官格雷戈尔贾塔先生，
Distinguished
各位嘉宾、
ministers,
女士们、先生们，大家上午好。
Ladies and gentlemen,
6月的北京，草木葱
dear
茏，
friends,
生机盎然。
dear
在
guests,
这美好
good
的
morning.
仲夏季节，
It's a great pleasure for us to be gathered at the beautiful season of early June in Beijing. And it's such a great pleasure to see you all at the 4th China-Africa Media Cooperation Forum. On this occasion, I would like to, on behalf of the Ministry of State and Administration of Radio and Television, I would like to extend a warm welcome and sincere gratitude to all of you. Over the years, China-Africa cooperation has entered into a new phase. In March 2013, President Xi Jinping paid a visit to Africa, and he put forward the notion of joint entity of destiny between China and Africa. And Africa is now our strategic partner, and President Xi also depicted the grand prospects for China-Africa cooperation. And in 2015, at the Johannesburg summit of China-Africa Cooperation Forum, President Xi Jinping put forward the proposal to elevate the China-Africa partnership into all-round comprehensive strategic partnership. And we also made the commitment to help more than 10 villages in Africa to have access to television, and we also made the commitment to help train thousands of media practitioners. And President Xi has set the guidelines and directions for China-Africa Media Cooperation. Under the guiding principles set by President Xi Jinping, China-Africa Media Cooperation Forum has traveled a journey of 6 years. Over the 6 years, we have highlighted the role of media, and we concentrate on the close cooperation at the people-to-people level, and we also enhance the cooperation between different industries, and we have made some pragmatic and substantial efforts, the benefits of which is now blessing millions of people. We also implemented the 2016 to 2018 Johannesburg China-Africa Cooperation Summit, and we have taken some very effective measures and made our own contributions to promoting the all-round comprehensive China-Africa strategic partnership. Ladies and gentlemen, in last October, China held the 19th National Congress of the Communist Party. We have further consolidated the leading status of the Communist Party with President Xi Jinping as the core. According to the National Congress of the Communist Party held last year, China has now entered into a new era, and we have depicted a grand prospects for a well-off society. And we also put forward the solutions to building a joint entity of human destiny. And this year marks the 40th anniversary of China's open up and reform. In the just concluded Boao Asian Forum, President Xi Jinping announced that China will take measures to relax limitations on foreign market, on foreign entry, and these important strategies are releasing one important signal, which is that the political environment for China-Africa cooperation is improving, and China-Africa Media Cooperation is now presented with an unprecedented historical opportunity. Standing on such an important historical window, we need to abide by the principles of win-win cooperation and mutual respect so that we can elevate the overall status of China-Africa Media Cooperation, so that we can make joint contribution and greater contribution to the construction of joint entity of human destiny. I would like to make the following proposals. First, strengthen media exchanges and promote China-Africa cooperation. The world at present is undergoing a new round of adjustments and new round of reforms. Technological and industrial revolution has brought about new opportunities as well as challenges. 5 years ago, President Xi Jinping put forward the Belt and Road Initiative, which is well recognized and supported by a lot of international organizations and countries, including our partners in Africa. The 2063 African Blueprint has depicted the grand future of Africa over the next 5 decades, highlighting the role of media and enhancing people-to-people exchange and promoting the Belt and Road Initiative will help align our efforts with the African 2016 agenda so that we will be able to bring the benefits to the larger African people. And this is actually the shared responsibility of both China and Africa. Our media authorities have to further strengthen the role of media, and we have to explore new ways to better spread our cooperation so that we can make and create favorable conditions for further cooperation between China and Africa in media, and we have to build a better bridge so that people's ties can be strengthened. My second principle is that we need to step up with more media cooperation activities and spread our voice to a larger audience. We are now confronted with the media hegemony of the West, and we are also challenged with a limited say in the international arena. It is our joint responsibility to improve and amplify our voice in the international arena. We need to shape the picture of a progressive, rapid growing Africa, and this is a historical obligation of both China and Africa, and China will make continuous efforts to objectively and comprehensively report what is happening in Africa. And we also hope that media organizations from Africa can have a more objective and comprehensive report on what is happening in China, and we will work jointly to build a very good environment for media coverage. I believe as long as we work together with one another, as long as we step up with our cooperation in news exchanges, we will be able to support each other in broadcasting some major international hotspot issues, and we will be able to tell a good story of China and Africa, and we will be able to consolidate the basis for people-to-people exchange, and we will be able to extend effective support to China-Africa cooperation. Third, we need to strengthen the media industry cooperation between China and Africa. With the rapid development of the information industry, the global media landscape is undergoing tremendous and fundamental changes. In recent years, China is positioned towards the media convergence strategy, and we are making efforts to improve and diversify our transmission channels. Our African partners must also realize this. The media is an industry that is undergoing very rapid changes. Against such backdrops, China and Africa, we need to strengthen our cooperation in media because this is an area with promising prospects. We will try our very best to support our African partners in updating their facilities, and we will try our very best to provide facilities and hardware to more than 10,000 villages in Africa. In the meantime, we will support media organizations in talent training, technical service, and information sharing. And we will continue to engage in business cooperation, and we will directly explore new ideas, new fields, and new measures in order to enhance our cooperation, and we will generate more substantial and pragmatic cooperation programs so that we can inject more momentum to China-Africa cooperation. Ladies and gentlemen, in China, there is an old saying goes as long as we cooperate and share, we will make common strides forward. As long as we follow the principles of President Xi Jinping, and as long as we hold firm to the correct values of media cooperation, and we will be able to yield substantial results, and we will be able to make substantial cooperation contribution to deepening China-Africa cooperation, and we will be able to make even greater contribution to the friendly relationships between China and Africa for generations to come. I wish a resounding success of this forum. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Mr. Nie Chenxi, for your wonderful welcoming speech. And now let's invite on stage Ms. Dora Siliya, Minister of Information and Broadcasting Service from Zambia.
Mr. Nie Chenxi, the Deputy Head of the Publicity Department of the Communist Party of China, who is also the Minister for National Radio and Television Administration in China. Sir, first of all, let me sincerely thank you for the welcome remarks, which are very encouraging. And also, I wish to put on record the gratitude of my delegation and indeed of myself for the home hospitality that we've been shown since our arrival in China. And I'm very sure that I also speak for my colleagues, the ministers from Africa, as well as their delegations. I take this opportunity to congratulate the government and people of China on the successful hosting of the 4th Forum on China-Africa Media Cooperation under the theme, Exchange on China-Africa Media Policies. I note with appreciation that the forum has brought together high-profile African and Chinese government officials, captains of the media industry, and other key stakeholders. This is commendable, as it provides a fertile opportunity to deepen cooperation between China and Africa in our collective desire and determination to create an informed and knowledgeable-based society. Chairperson, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, Zambia sees the role of the China-Africa Media Corporation as crucially important in facilitating technology transfer from China to Africa. This has become even more urgent with the arrival of the information communication technologies such as the internet and digital television broadcasting, in which China is leading the way. New technology has created a convergence which has disrupted traditional media and caused for new ways of thinking and new investments. The new technology has indeed also provided new opportunities in terms of jobs for our young people, particularly in Africa. Ladies and gentlemen, Zambia and China have been all-weather friends since the two countries established diplomatic relations in 1964 under the guidance of our founding fathers, of Chairman Mao and Dr. Kenneth Kaunda. The historical relationship has continued to flourish at multi-sectoral levels and is anchored on a number of agreements which the two countries continue to sign, and key among these are the following. 1. The expansion of the Levi Mwanawasa General Hospital and the construction of an international conference center to host the African Union Summit in 2022. The cooperation between the Chinese and Zambian companies in infrastructure construction projects such as roads, railways, with the famous Tazara, ports, power generation, airports, and housing. 3. The construction of communication towers, which is now in phase 2. And 4th, the cooperation and exchanges in science and technology fields closely related to the economic and social development of both countries. And 5, media training and capacity building. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, China's emphasis on cooperation and a win-win outcome has generated favorable conditions for its relations with many African countries. In this regard, Zambia, like other fellow African countries here, cherishes the excellent and long-standing relations with the People's Republic of China. China has been on hand to assist Zambia in many other infrastructure developments. These include the construction of the first ever ultra-modern stadium named after our third president, Levi Mwanawasa Stadium in Ndola, and also the state-of-art National Hero Stadium in our capital city in Lusaka. The two stadia are a huge investment which are impacting positively not only on the development of football and other sporting activities, but also on job creation and the country's general economic well-being through hosting of international and other high-level social and sporting events. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, in the media and communication sector, Zambia, like other African countries and the world at large, has embarked on the process of migration from analog to digital television broadcasting as prescribed by the International Telecommunication Union, ITU, a United Nations agency. We are happy to report that over 85% of the migration has been done. In fact, just yesterday, my president, President Edgar Lungu, was launching in the eastern part of Zambia the access to television by over 500 villages in Zambia. Zambia continues to learn from China's experience and expertise in digital technology. This meeting gives us yet another opportunity to share ideas on how best our media sector can draw lessons from China's experience in policy and identify some of the measures that can be useful in our situations back home. distinguished ladies and gentlemen, the government of the Republic of Zambia, under the leadership of His Excellency President Edgar Chagwa Lungu, reaffirms its commitment to working closely with fellow African states in deepening and sustaining the cordial relations between China and Africa. As the Chinese saying goes, the journey of 1,000 miles begins with the first step. We are now on the fourth step of the Africa-China media path, and our path is mostly assured. I thank you.
感谢多拉西利亚女士的精彩致辞。中非媒体合作论坛是中非合作论坛框架下媒体领域的重要合作机制。本届论坛得到了中国外交部的大力支持。下面有请中国外交部代表非洲时参赞李聪先生致辞。
Ministry of Foreign Affairs of China.
尊敬的聂晨曦副部长、范卫平副局长、杜飞部长，尊敬的各位非洲国家部长、驻华使节，各位中非媒体界的代表、女士们、先生们、朋友们，很高兴应邀出席。
Ladies and gentlemen, dear experts and representatives from the media industry, good morning. It's a great pleasure for me to attend the 4th China-Africa Media Cooperation Forum, which is jointly organized by the Ministry of Commerce and Foreign Affairs of China. On behalf of China's Ministry of Foreign Affairs, I would like to extend a warm congratulations to the convening of this forum, and I would also like to extend my sincere welcome to all the friends from Africa. I also want to thank the organizers for putting out such a grand forum. China and Africa enjoys a long period of time of friendly relations. Despite of the tremendous changes in the international landscape, the friendship between China and Africa has been consolidated over the years, and the media has played an indispensable role in this process. The media has played a significant role in connecting people to people between China and Africa, and this is a bridge of both time and space. And the media has played a very significant role in enhancing the China-Africa relations, and China attaches great importance to China-Africa Media Cooperation. And China has taken various measures to promote mutual exchanges and communications between media personnel, and we support more organizations to dispatch journalists to China and as an important platform of cooperation. The China-Africa Media Cooperation Forum has been held successfully for 3 rounds, and this year the scale and level of this forum make us feel very optimistic about the prospects of China-Africa Media Cooperation. In recent years, China-Africa relations have gained more momentum, and it has drawn the attention of the international community against the backdrop of rapid development of digital technology and tremendous and fundamental changes of the international landscape. Media in China and Africa worked closely together in jointly reporting China and African issues, and we need to have our own standpoints, and we need to amplify our voice of cooperation. The media from 2 sides need to support each other and coordinate with one another so that we can join our hands together and improve our joint status on the international arena. And this is the responsibility and mission of both of us. Ladies and gentlemen, dear friends, 2016 is a major year for China-Africa relations. And in this year, presidents from Zimbabwe, Cameroon have visited China, and Mr. Nie Chenxi, chairman of National People's Congress, and the Vice Premier Wang Yang have paid visits to Africa. And these high-level mutual visits demonstrated not just the political trust between our two sides, but also added more momentum to further cooperation between the two sides. And we are soon going to celebrate the Beijing summit of China-Africa Cooperation Forum. Leaders of China and Africa will be gathered at Beijing in this September, and we will discuss the 2030 Sustainable Development Agenda of the United Nations, and also discuss about the development strategy of Africa. The summit will be held at a very ideal time. It is ideal because China-Africa relations is not just in the interest of both peoples, but also in line with the theme of our time, which is peace, cooperation, and development. And this summit will inject more positive momentum to the international community. It is ideal because this will be the first time for China to host this forum. In 12 years, the Beijing municipal government and the Chinese government attach great importance to the preparation of this forum. We are making important efforts to guarantee that everything goes on very well. And the China-Africa Cooperation Summit is of milestone significance to boosting China-Africa cooperation. It is ideal also because all walks of social life from China and Africa are looking forward and expecting the successful hosting of this forum. And so far, most of the leaders from China and Africa have confirmed their attendance to this meeting. And we have to maintain close coordination and exchange in the preparatory process, and we also plan to organize a number of warm-up activities, and today's activity is just one of these warm-up activities. So we are willing to follow the principle of joint building, joint consulting, and joint sharing. And we are willing to make a great contribution to jointly writing a new chapter of China-Africa cooperation. As we are running close to the September summit, we are seeing more and more coverage and reports on the summit. I hope each and every one of us can be part of this important effort and make our own contributions to creating a favorable environment for this summit. In this summit, we are going to discuss the digital technologies and contents development of the media industry. And we are also going to discuss how to amplify our voice on the international agenda, on the international arena. I hope we can engage in very thorough communication and exchanges evolving on these three agendas of the summit in September. And I also welcome any comments and suggestions that you have to this summit. Finally, I would like to wish a resounding success of this forum. Thank you very much.